Hey, what's up everyone? We're here at the shop and today we're going to talk about Chillout Systems Quantum V3. So let me show you the back of the box because we're going to move this in a second. This is the main unit and what's inside it, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Here's the unit. I removed it out of the box. So what is this? This is a Chillout system. You wear a shirt and it's basically AC for your body inside the race car, and it gets bolted into the car, and you probably don't remove it too often, but just in case, they've made it so you can quick release remove it from the tray that it sits in. And I've already started the install process on my race car here, but I want to show you guys before it's fully installed. Then we'll get some kind of after shots of when it's installed. Mostly later, once I'm racing and the season started, we can show you the actual working in process system. This replaces a traditional cool suit that I used to wear, and that would just be like ice water in a little ice chest that pumps water through a shirt. This is super important in your race car because you get in the car, you're in there for sometimes multiple hours and it's 90 degrees outside, could even be hotter outside. You have your fire suit on, you have your helmet on, you have gloves on, you have fireproof socks and your shoes on, and you're really hot and you're sweating and the car's making tons of heat. So you're in like 120, 130 degrees. It depends the situation obviously, but you're just sweating. You think you can cope with it, but in reality, your body's overheating. This is an AC for your body. This is lightweight, compact, and this one, you're able to control the temperature and set it at what is going to be best for you in your situation, so you wouldn't be too cold and kind of shock your body. It's just going to maintain exactly at that temperature as long as it has proper airflow. It's pretty easy to install, and it just has this pre-done wiring for you where you're going to have to wire it to a 40 amp relay to these larger cables. These, I believe they're 10 gauge. That will go into your ignition switch on your race car. I'll put this aside really quick and we'll show you some of the other products that come with the system, and then we'll get a little deeper into how it works. Okay, so here's one of the ducts. Look at the quality of the packaging itself and the product here. It's dry carbon, super light. This duct itself connects onto the unit I was just holding. I probably should show you that real quick so you get an idea. Slides on like this. It could also go reverse the other way depending how you're mounting it in your car, and it needs a hose going to a NACA duct that gets air from outside of the vehicle. The cool thing about the V3 system is it has a built-in fan set up in here, and it uses a 4-inch tube. All you have to do is run that tube to somewhere that's getting air that's colder than what's inside the cab of the car, and this AC unit will do the trick and keep you cold. The way that it works, this is concentrate, so you don't pour all of this, but you mix this, I think it's 4 parts to 1 with water and 1 part this, and pour it in here till it's full. And then there's a little directions of how to bleed the system, and then you also bleed the shirt that you're wearing, and then it's pumping coolant through your shirt and keeping you at the temperature you desire. So let me put this back. Another cool thing is the quality of their hoses. These are the hoses that'll plumb to and from your shirt. Check out how nice these are. Later we'll compare it with what I used to run. This is really high quality. So if you have a really nice race car, you're gonna want to put a nice Chillout system in there or some way to keep yourself cold. This is top of the line stuff. Another cool feature that they had is the remote control. So this can mount to your dash. Needs a little micro USB on the back, I believe. So this can, double-sided like 3M tape will mount to your dash. You can decide what you want your body temperature to be at. Depends on like what location or what state you're in, what racetrack. That's really cool. So you don't really have to ask your team, hey, put more ice in the back of the cool suit, because now you're using the Chillout system. You just deet, deet, deet on your dash. They also, in this kit, with the Quantum V3 kit, they supply you with the ducting. You would trim it to length depending where the system is mounted and where you're gonna draw your fresh air in from. And then they also supply you with a dry carbon NACA duct. And if you don't know what a NACA duct is, it's like a little duct that's gonna pull the air in, and it's a 4-inch NACA duct. I've already mounted mine in the car, so I can't physically show you, but we'll show you shortly in the car. So now I wanna show you some differences with my previous system. So here we go. This is what I used to run. It's just simple ice chest, basically, with a little pump built inside. Your guys are gonna have to pour water and ice in there, and it's gonna melt really quick, and there's no temperature control. You could control, if you like used a pulse width modulator for controlling the pump in there, you could decide how fast it pumped, and I believe they even sell a control for that. You're still limited to the temperature of the water that's running through that system. It's also larger, and it's also a little bit heavier. And then you have just generic plastic hose that you were using, which works fine, but when you see the one that Chillout system has, you're like, whoa, this is way better, a lot nicer. And then moving on to the shirt, so you got your short sleeve version of this, and you guys can see how much square footage of real estate that the hose covers, and it's, you know, you got like 1.5 inches in between each one of these. That's all that it covers, and then it's got the back of you too. But, and don't get me wrong, it works and it makes a huge difference, because if you didn't have any form of something to cool your body, you're suffering inside the race car. Even that made a big difference, but let's check out this Chillout system shirt. The material's a little bit better, but check out that, how many times it passes back and forth across your core, which is gonna keep your overall body temperature in check. And you would easily probably churn this one up higher than like the temperature that was ice water was running through. So it's not gonna shock you, you're just gonna be comfortable the whole time when you're in there, and you probably will forget that this is working. Then when you get out, you're like, whoa, it's pretty hot outside. Really excited to try this system out. Those are the key products, and kind of, in my opinion, all the upgrades and the differences between what I used to run and what I will be running. Just going back to, like, if you didn't run any form of Cool Suit or Chillout systems, now you have a quick comparison, and you can see the level of professionalism that Chillout systems holds with all their products, and can't wait to use it. Let me quickly put this back in the car. I'll mount it up and put the duct back on there so you guys can kind of get a visual of how we have about halfway installed. I haven't done the wiring yet, but you'll see how it's going to mount in my race car. Later, when the season starts, you can see it in action working. It mounts into this Chillout systems tray, and then I've made a perch for that tray to sit where I wanted it. You can see how these kind of lock in place, and then it slips down in. You have these quick release pins with a little detent on there. They're out of your guys' vision on the back side here, but there's 2 of them to hold it in place. Out of my vision too. Okay, so now it's in place. It's not going anywhere. And then I've already hooked up, trimmed my ducting, and I've already installed my NACA duct. Since this car has a firewall on the back, I'm pulling air from the back of the car, and the rear window will be more cut out than you see right now, and so it's gonna be pulling cold air from behind the car. Visually for me, that was gonna be where I wanted to put the NACA duct. There's no guarantees that this will work as great as if it was on the front or the roof of the car. I know it's going to draw enough colder air to cool me down. And in Formula Drift, I'm not sitting in the car for multiple hours. I'm kind of waiting in line, then I do my runs, waiting in line, do my runs. This should work just great, and this is how we have it set up. Hopefully this was informative on the Chillout systems for you guys. You get a closer look at how they work and how nice all the equipment is to work with. Stay tuned for when I get to go take it to the track and put it to use, and I'll tell you guys more about it. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys next time. See you later.